Davey, what the hell's going on in here? Fucking Holocaust!
You know what that's called? That's called a fear response. Not because I dislike this game or anything it stands for. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'd even go as far to say that I'd enjoy this game if I was still capable of producing dopamine. It's just at the competitive queue right now, and especially since the devs thought it'd be funny to send everybody's bum ass back to gold. Valorant, League, Overwatch. I'm sure you all shuddered at the thought of some of those names, and don't worry, I did too. I want you to imagine something, right? I want you to take all the worst parts of those types of people who play those games and cram them all together until you have some sort of mutated amalgamation. And right there, you have a Marvel Rivals teammate. Oh, you don't know the worst parts of each of those communities? Don't worry, I'll go over them. First and foremost, we got what I like to call the drill sergeant. These guys can come in all shapes and sizes, and I like to call them that because, much like most real drill sergeants, they get irrationally angry at any minor imperfection. Whether or not it's the deciding factor in the match doesn't really matter to him because he just saw you playing wrong, and we simply can't have that. The second he sees your wrongdoing, he'll start barking orders at you like Jamie Foxx because you clearly just demonstrated to him that you don't know how to play your own fucking character. And he's not going to stop unless the team somehow finds a way to turn it around, in which case he'll actually continue in the delusion that it's the reason you're winning. You know, I think the worst case of this I ever ran into was I think I was playing that new map that just came out, the one with the Fantastic Four building. I don't know these fucking names because I don't care, but I once had a grown man in my team on that map get genuinely upset at me for quote-unquote not knowing the tech to cancel Jeff's reload animation. And on paper, you know, that doesn't sound that bad. You know, he might be in the right, because I could be playing the character better, obviously. You know, that one minor change might be the difference we're looking for. But then your brain turns back on, and then you realize that this animation takes maybe a second, not even a whole second to elapse. I think it's less than a second for you to reload, for him to throw that fucking fish in the air and just nab it. Why would I need to cancel that? Hi, cat. Ever. I don't know. I don't even think I'll ever use the tech now, even if I figure out how to do it, because it was just the fucking lamest thing I've ever heard in my life. The CEO of video games. You know, this guy derives from the Valorant genome. He's oftentimes confused with the drill sergeant. They often have one staunch difference. Instead of quote-unquote getting angry, they go on a rampage through fucking text chat instead of plugging their mic in to yell at you. And they'll attempt to ego check you when they realize that you're not going to listen with their imaginary internet points by flexing some sort of stat on you, like it's going to change the dog shit numbers that they're putting up. It could be anything, really. Their rank, their damage, their rank last season, your death count. I would really tell you more, but I honestly don't know what the fuck their aim is. They'll just start losing a match and then talk about how they aren't the problem because they got Grandmaster last season, and then also actively check people's histories in the match, like knowing the enemy Bucky being on a 3-game losing streak is gonna stop the fuck train he has on us and stop him from saying again. The turtle. This species of subhuman stems from the League community. And when you think of a League player, this is probably the guy you're thinking of, because much like a turtle, he'll roll over on his back and fucking die at the slightest inconvenience to him or his team. These guys are pretty easy to see coming from a mile away, because there's only really one way for you to achieve the amount of fucking failure that this guy achieves in one day. Here's the things you need to watch out for. Are they playing a dive class? And are they a fucking idiot? Now, there are other signs, but if you're already seeing these two signs, it's a complete diagnosis already. It's over. First chance they get, they're gonna drop on the enemy's head like Darkwing, and much like Darkwing, they're gonna get fucking annihilated because they dove so far into the enemy back line that both supports are actively incapable of healing them. And then, they will obviously blame the healers for not being forward enough. And then when they start playing forward and dying, and not being able to heal your teammates, they will then throw the match, the youngest child. These gremlins derive from Valorant and Overwatch, and I hate even talking about them, so let's just get this over quick. These guys are your textbook crybaby. Something went wrong, the enemy took a site, someone's playing a character they don't like, you will not hear the end of it. Instead of acting like an adult when things go wrong, these people will allude to what their problem is and make offhanded, whiny comments about it, and never outright say what the problem with the team is, because they're man babies. There's no really stopping this tantrum once it started, so there's really only two ways to solve this. You could either just mute them, or you could...
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-asleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
You know, as funny as I do like to think I made that all sound, and as funny as I think I am, this shit really does suck. Massive dong. Every game, oftentimes, is just lost before it ever started, because somebody else came into the match with a horrible mentality from last game, and just let it bleed into the rest of the team like a fucking plague. I genuinely don't understand it. Like, people will hop on the ranked mode, see someone wanting to play a character. More often than not, it's me, because I'm wanting to play Jeff. But sometimes it happens to, like, my Black Panther, my brothers out there. But they'll just target ban us because they don't want us on the team. I guess it is kind of warranted because we are like the known, like, shitty character. Like if somebody's doing bad on this character, everybody and their mother will like see them doing bad. But like, I'm picking the character on the ranked mode because it's my main, not because I want to put up dog shit numbers and it'd be of no contribution to the rest of the team. And I can tell you from experience, nothing crushes your morale more than hovering your favorite hero and watching him get hit with a Kennedy killer by 3 of your 5 other teammates because they got a problem with somebody else that they seen play the character sometime. And then I'll pick one of those other characters, right? Because I'm not a sword player. I understand that we still need to get this bread. So I'll ask my team, like, hey, who do I play? Because I have, like, maybe an hour on anybody else. And then I'll pick the character they suggest. More often than not, it'll be, like, Luna or Cloak or something. And then I'll pick that character, right? And I'll die. On repeat. Because these characters have the most dog shit sustainability ever. Luna's, admittedly, a little bit better than Cloak and Daggers, but anytime like a tank gets within proximity of Cloak and Dagger, namely Doctor Strange, that shitty like one insta-kill combo that everybody is figuring out on TikTok and shit, rolls out of them like fucking clockwork, and then I'll hit the floor faster than my teammates banned Jeff. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say here is, next time you're in a match and you see somebody trying to hover one of those heroes you absolutely despise, just try to remember that it's a hero shooter, and these classes exist because there's a demographic of people that enjoy playing games in the ways that these characters are built to play the game. And it just so happens that this adorable creature of God just so happens to match mine.